One time I was in a bar, and he walked the sheriff of the town. And he went up to the notice board in the bar, and he pinned up a notice. And it said, "Wanted, man, he very dangerous." His name was Juan Carlos. He'd been robbing every bank and every shop in town, and they wanted to bring him down. So they started to look for Juan Carlos. They looked everywhere, under every rock. No one liked Juan Carlos. They all thought that he was a sweaty Mexican cock. Oh, you want to know about Juan Carlos? I was riding my donkey through the desert one day, and I was approached by a man. He looked like a bandit. He said, "My name is Juan Carlos. Get off the donkey." So I got off my donkey. What was I supposed to do? He had a gun in his hand, so I got off my donkey, and he said, "Hey you, I'm Juan Carlos. Pull down your trousers." What could I do? He had a gun in his hand, so I pulled down my trousers. Anyone would do the same. He said, "Hey you, I'm Juan Carlos. Pull down your pants." What could I do? He had a gun in his hand, and he was Juan Carlos, so I pulled down my pants. I'm not proud of it, but I had to do it. And he said, "Hey you, I'm Juan Carlos. I'm holding a gun. Now do a poo." What could I do? His name was Juan Carlos, and he had a gun in his hand. So I squeezed out the smelliest poo I think I've ever squeezed out. And then Juan Carlos, he looked at me and said, "Hey, yeah, man, I want you to eat the poo." What could I do? And his name was Juan Carlos, and he had a gun in his hand. So I got down on my knees and I began to eat the poo. Oh, I ate the poo. I'm not proud of it. I told you that already. Anyway, with one swift movement, I knocked the gun out of his hand. I took it into mine, and I pointed it back at Juan Carlos, and I said, "Hey, man, I know your name's Juan Carlos, but now I have the gun." So I said, "Juan Carlos, you pulled down your trousers." What could he do? I had a gun in my hand, so he pulled down his trousers. I said, "Hey, Juan Carlos, pull down your pants." What could he do? I had a gun in my hand, so I pulled down his pants. I said, "Hey, Juan Carlos, do a poo." What could he do? I had a gun in my hand, so I did a poo, and I said, "Hey, Juan Carlos, why don't you eat the poo?" If you want to know about Juan Carlos and me, we had dinner last Wednesday on that sandy desert that consisted of poo. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sick.